Thank you, sir. I welcome all my dear participants to session 2, Online Collaborative Web Development for Innovative Teaching and Learning. And I am very much delighted to request our beloved ma'am, Dr. Subhasri ma'am, Professor and Head of Computer Science and Engineering Department, Nehru Institute of Nehru Institute of Engineering and Technology, to guide us through the session. She is an eminent intellectual personality with ample amount of experience in teaching and research, a great teacher and a good friend of students, always guiding and inspiring students to achieve excellence. Her contribution to learning community are numerous, and she is a person who is an example of innovation and creativity, an expert in artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and many more. We are really happy to have the privilege of attending your session, ma'am. Ma'am, may I humbly request you to take over the session?
Ashik, I am audible?
Yes, ma'am. Very much, ma'am. Your content is clear and visible, and your audio is clear, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Ashik.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ashik?
Yes, ma'am. You're clear, ma'am?
Yeah. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
On behalf of participants, I welcome Dr. S. Subhasri, ma'am, to this session. And the virtual dice is all yours, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Very good afternoon to all participants. And morning session was enlightened by our Dr. Sendil Nathan sir. On behalf of Nehru Group of Institution, first of all, I thank Dr. Sendil Nathan sir for a wonderful presentation. And before starting a session, there is a quote related to learning. So you are always a student and never a master, and you have to keep moving forward. So with this quote, right, always, even though we are a faculty members, so always we wanted to learn and we wanted to enlighten our student. And this COVID era make us everyone to switch over from classroom teaching to online teaching. So the reason, because we know very well that the intensity of COVID is increasing day by day, and at the same time we wanted to engage our student, and it is very difficult in the classroom environment is totally different, and right online environment is totally different. So each and everything, that is a classroom environment or online teaching, both are having its own pros and cons. Right, we cannot say that classroom teaching is best and online teaching is somewhat difficult like that. But even then we wanted to engage our student in such a way that in a manner we wanted to interact with the students. We wanted to, because we know very well that the grasping power, so whether it is a classroom teaching or online teaching, right, more than 20 minutes we cannot make the student to listen. So in that case, so with the help of this ICT tools, right, we wanted to engage our student, enlighten our student in such a way that they should be with us, right. That is the only motto behind this organizing this workshop. And mornings are given detailed description about the e-content creation, why we need, right, when we need, what we need, all these things are given detailed information, right. Today now in this session I am going to tell you, right, what are all the ICT tools that are available. Before going to presentation, I must thank our visionary leader, Dr. P.K. Das, who is always a guiding force for us, and our chairman and managing trustee, Dr. P. Krishnadas sir, and as well as Dr. P. Krishna Kumar, who is a CEO and secretary, and who is always motivating us, supporting us for providing or helping us to conduct these type of events. And I also thank the organizers from Nehru Institute of Technology, Principal Dr. Sivaraja, and Dean Dr. N.K. Shaktivel, and our HOD, Department of Computer Science Engineering, Geeta, and all the faculty members. And I also thank all the participants who overwhelmingly responding to our request and join this program. So we know very well that the e-content creation is a very, very important as far as this scenario is concerned. So with this word, I would like to give you a brief idea about the e-content tools which are available, and how certain extent I will give you one or two demo related to e-content creation. So the session focused more towards on online collaborative web tools. The reason because collaborative, so we cannot focus only visuals, or we cannot focus only audio. And here we need, sometimes we wanted to integrate animation also. So that is the reason why I have given a name as a collaborative web tools. And it is especially used for teaching learning process for innovative purpose. So that is the motive behind this session. So as far as the e-content is known as, they can classified into classroom teaching. We know very well that the classroom teaching is very, very important. And before that classroom teaching, why we focus e-learning, that is very, very important. So as far as e-learning is concerned, 1 minute please. So as far as e-learning is concerned, here that is previously 10 or 15 years back only we are having a classroom teaching, and whenever a student wanted to learn practically, they will go for industrial training, and afterwards it will be converted into e-learning, and now we are going for a flipped classroom. The reason because we know very well, because of demand we are switch overing from e-learning. That is also one of the main reason. But whatever the training which we are going to industry and we are getting practices, that will be we are getting sitting in our room itself. So that is the highlight of e-learning resources. So we cannot simply ignore classroom learning, right? So here in this case, the blended learning is also very, very important. 1 minute, please. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's visible now.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay. So we are talking about this online collaborative learning, why we need, and the reason because, so we will be having a classroom learning, and because of certain reason that we cannot able to retain the students concentration for more than 20 minutes, and we will be switch overing to blended learning. So what is the meaning of blended learning? So we will teach in the classroom, and also at the same time we will be having a integration with the any e-content tool, and we can make the student understand very clearly the concept. That is you know very well what is the meaning of blended learning. And we know what is the drawback of classroom learning, it is a one-way communication, and also the student has to adjust according to the faculty members speed. So that is the only drawback as far as classroom learning is concerned. So that is the reason we are switch overing, so we wanted to integrate a blended learning. So where is the blended learning? So we will be providing all the resources to the student, and whenever they are free, they will watch, and whenever they are having any doubt, and they will interact with the faculty member and clarifying their doubt. So for that, there are so many mechanisms are available. That is, there is a discussion forum is available, and there is a possibility that here you can create a blog, and you can post queries, and they can discuss with the faculty member also. And at the last, we can go over to flipped class. So where in the case of flipped classrooms, it is a totally a collaborative tool. So what is the meaning of flipped classroom? Right, we'll be having a classroom learning, and whatever the content which is prepared by the faculty member will be given to the student. And whenever the student is free, they will watch, and you can have some assignments, and you can ask some, conduct some quizzes, and the student will respond according to the understanding level, and we can verify whether they have understood or not by getting information, that is by conducting a quizzes, so that from that we can understand that whether they will understood or not. If suppose more number of students given wrong answer, we can understand that those students are not understood very clearly, so that again, right, we can have a classroom learning process, and in this way we can combine the classroom learning as well as, right, the e-tools, right, or we can right, by using a flipped classroom, we can perform an integrated or collaborative, right, communication. So this is the another important factor why we are going for a e-content. So we know very well, I will not tell right, what is e-content and what is the thing which is present in the e-content. All you people know that, right, because we are a faculty members, we know very well that what are all the things which is available in the e-content. And I already told, right, you can have a blogs and discussion forums are there. So especially the discussion forum is very, very important. Not only, right, they are going to get information from the faculty members, right, there are some senior people or they will be working in the industry. For example, especially the programming papers, right? So here the as a faculty will be having a less experience than compared to the people who are working in the industry. They will be having a real experience of having how to develop and how to, right, implement all these things. So those people will be there in the discussion forum, and our student will join in that discussion forum, and they can right, clarify, and it will be very helpful for them to do that project. And here the digital content is very, very interactive, and also it is on demand. So it is not necessary the student has to watch 10 to 5. So whenever they feel, right, whenever they are comfortable during that time, they can watch the video, and they can, right, attend the assignments, and they can give quizzes, and they can, if they are having any doubt, they can right, make the questionnaire to the faculty member, and they can share, and not only to the faculty members in the forum and in the blogs, they can share and they can get the information. So that is the important of digital content. And generally this pedagogical framework will have different aspects. So we know very well that the information may be in the textual form, or it may be in the images, or it may be in the graphical, and it may be in the animation as well as videos, right? And here it is not necessary that it should be a text alone, because we know very well that whenever people are reading more information, then it will be very difficult for them. So sometimes we need to introduce graphics also, right? So some concept, very complex concept, we can have to provide them animated information, so that they can, for example, the machinery part, how it is functioning, all these things can be animated, so that the students can easily understand. So all these things are combined together is form a framework. And there are so many, right? If suppose you wanted to download some quality right, videos, then you can go for pixels.com. And if you want to go for a collaborative thing, then you can go for a crazy.com. So these are some right, already existing right, areas where you can download quality pictures, and right, you can include in your e-content. So for that you are having so many number of facilities are available. And here we know very well that whenever we are going to create any e-content, so these are the things we wanted to focus. So first thing we wanted to analyze. So we have certain framework, and where we wanted to introduce this framework, right? So whether this framework is essential or not. For example, so where we wanted to introduce a textual information. So whether this textual information is essential or not. So these type of analysis we wanted to do before creating any e-content. Then After identifying, after analyzing all these things, we wanted to design, right? So once it has been designed, and we will be doing some modification, and we will be incorporating numerous tools, and we will be developing the entire e-content for any particular topic or subject or whatever it means. And then we wanted to implement. So after implementing, we will be collecting, or we will be getting some feedback. So from our colleague also, we will be getting some feedback, and we'll be getting some feedback from students. They may say suggest that so this part we can introduce animation, or this part we can, instead of video, we can introduce animation, like that. Then right, we will do an evaluation, and then finally again we will go for any design phase, develop phase, or implement phase. So like that, we have to provide the environment to the students. It will be very easy for the student to understand. So that in this way, we wanted to develop a e-content. And here, before going to discuss about the different types of tools, and we wanted to identify the presentation styles. So whenever we wanted to identify the presentation style based on three important categories. One is, we can develop our e-content based on textual dominance, or we can develop a e-content by using a speaker dominance, or we can include animation dominance. See, generally we cannot say that 90% should be a text dominance, 10% should be a speaker dominance, and another 5% should be a animation dominance. Like that we cannot categorize. It is purely depends on requirement. So if suppose the concept is very complex, and we wanted to show the activity of a machine or something, right, it is having more complexity, then we can go for animation, right? And if suppose we wanted to give brief description about the concept, then we can go for a speaker dominance. We can give more audio related information will be there. And the text dominance is nothing but we sometimes we can understand, for example, the definition. So those things has to be clearly given to the students in a textual information. So here, these are the three presentation style we wanted to focus while creating a e-content. So it is not necessary that the percentage level has to be maintained. It is purely depends on the requirement, right? So here, before going to see what are all the tools that are available, and we should remember that these three are the important presentation style we wanted to focus before creating any e-content. So here the tools generally classified into three categories. So the first category is, it is a freeware, and here the second category, it is a open source software, and the third category is a proprietary software. So we know very well what is the meaning of freeware. So it is freely available, right? But the code or the functionality which is available in the software, we cannot modify, right? And the second one is, it is a open source software. So as far as open source software is concerned, right, you can change the code, right, based on our requirement, our user requirement. We can change the code, and it is freely available. That is the difference between freeware and open source. So freeware, you cannot able to do any modification. Whatever the code, whatever the content which is available, we wanted to use it. That is called freeware. The second one is a open source, where we can incorporate our own ideas into the software, but only thing is, it is freeware, it is openly available. That is the basic difference between freeware and open source. And you know what is the meaning of proprietary software? So it is a licensed software. So minimum some amount we wanted to spend for using that software. That type of software is called as a proprietary software. So why I am telling, or why before going to discuss about the tools, I am telling these things is, so we will be having a different tools, and we should know which one is a free or open source software, so that we can use according to our requirement. So if we are we can spend some money and we can get some proprietary software, then it is okay. But we should understand which is a freeware and which is a open source software. So that is the reason why it is I wanted to tell you these are the three different classification available under the e-content tool. So I already told what is the teaching mode can be a traditional mode, or we can go for a flipped classroom. And here we can go for a beyond flipped classroom teaching mode, because nowadays so many number of tools are introducing day by day. So after COVID, situation, right, day by day we are having different types of tools are introduced. So we can integrate those tools and with the existing tool, and we can provide. That is the reason why I put beyond flipped classroom teaching modes are available. And here, this is the tools which are already available with us. So the e-content tools are having a graphic editing tools are there, right? We will discuss one by one what are the tools under graphics editing, and we will be having a video editing tools are there, and we'll be having an audio editing tools, and we'll be having an animation tools. And another important tool is very important tool is authoring tools. So we can create a graphic images, videos, audios, and animation. How to integrate all these things together, that is called as a authoring tool. And you will be having a 1 minute, right? You will be having a screen recorder. So whatever I'm talking, it has to be recorded, right? So that we can send this video to the students, and the students, if suppose some students are absent for our online classes, they can watch our video, and if they are having any doubt, they can later on they can ask, so that we can record our content and we can post it in YouTube, or we can send it to the student through Google Classroom, and any LMS techniques are available. Whether institution is having a LMS facility, you can upload the link and student can watch. And we are having a collaboration tool that I told you that new tools can be integrated with the existing tools. So these are the different e-content tools as such, the classification of e-content tools. We'll see one by one. So first we will see what are all the different types of graphics editing tools. So the first one of the best graphics editing tool is Drawpad, and here it is especially used for drawing and editing the information, and it is a freeware tool. And especially most of the educational people wanted to use this Drawpad tool because it is very convenient and very simple. And another tool is called as a Photoshop tool, and it is also it follow the layering concept based image editing. And also here it is, you can create a different each layer, you can create a different image, and you can integrate together. For that purpose, this Photoshop tool will be used. And you will be having a MyPaint and Crits. These are the two different tools, and it is coming under OpenSoft tool, and it is especially used for digital painting purpose. And there is another tool which is called as an Inkscape tool, and it is also for drawing and editing. And there is a tool called GIMP, and it is especially used for 2D editor. And we can say that we know very well that the Photoshop is coming under Adobe, and we wanted to pay nominal amount, right? Instead of using a Photoshop, we can use a GIMP tool, because it is providing the facility which is available in Photoshop. Almost all the facilities are available in GIMP, and it is especially used for 2D purpose, two-dimensional purpose. And especially for three-dimensional, you can go for Google SketchUp, right? So this is for three-dimensional. We know very well that in certain aspects for internal part, right, we wanted to show to the student how the functionality of the internal part is working, will be done by using a 3D mechanism. So for that also we are having a Google SketchUp 3D tools are available. So these are the important tools. There are so many tools are available, but I have highlighted a few important tools from graphics editing tool, right? So the next one is audio editing tool. So as far as audio editing tool is concerned, so we know very well that we'll be interacting with the student, and we'll be recording our audio, and later on we wanted to edit some part. For example, I'm taking a class and I'm interacting with the student, and sometimes always we cannot talk technically. So sometimes we'll ask why you didn't come yesterday, like that. Is it not some interaction, because we wanted to make our student live, or they will be with us, right? For that we will be making some sharing some information with the student, right? Right, apart from technical information, we are sharing some information. So that information later on I wanted to edit or I wanted to remove, right? That part alone I can select and I can remove, and the remaining part I will be converted as a video and I can post it. So for that purpose we can use, that is the reason why not only recording purpose, right, we can also edit the recorded audio information. For that, it is a reason why it has been mentioned that audio editing tool. And one of the best tool is WavePad. And here this WavePad is a open software, and you can edit audio, right, or as well as music also you can edit. And the second one is Audacity. It is a very user friendly audio editing tool. I'll show you the demo, right? And here in the Audacity, right, you can have the existing audio. Along with that, you can speak something and you can merge together. So that is the advantage of Audacity. So it is an open software, and not only it is an open software, and you can download a text. For example, right, you are running a video, and in that some specialized person is talking about giving a presentation. After the completion of presentation, you wanted to include your own voice. That is also possible. So here the existing text, I will show you the demo in by using Audacity. We'll see the demo how we can mix the existing with the audio. We can add our own audio and we can record. So those for that purpose this Audacity will be helpful. And SoundForge is a licensed software. So you know very well the proprietary software, always we need to pay some amount or they will give you only trial period, right? So these are the three important tool which is available under audio editing. And next one is a video editing tool. So many number of video editing tools are available, and the first one is most of the people, especially the education side people, are using this Open Broadcaster software, OBS Studio and OpenShot. So especially OpenShot is for Linux purpose, and tomorrow morning our professor will be going to give a total demo regarding these two software. So my request to participant, and today evening we will post a request to you to install certain things, and you install, and there is a full hands-on session related to Open Broadcaster software as well as OpenShot. And there is a Magisto. This is another video editing tool, and it is for customized video editing. So here, based on our requirement, we can integrate images and we can do wonderful video we can create. And there is another video editing tool which is called VideoPad. It is also a open source. And there is Final Cut Pro, but it is especially for Mac, right? Apple system alone, right? It is a best video editor tool, right? For demonstrating your videos. And Vegas, by the name itself, we can understand it is a Sony product. And here this Sony product is also a proprietary software. And HitFilm Express is there, and Handbrake. This is very important video editing tool. And this Handbrake is exclusively used for compression, right? We know very well that sometimes when you upload your videos, right, so it may not be sufficient, right? You cannot send using your mail, right? For that time we will put it in Drive, and through Drive we will be uploading, is it not? So because we wanted to compress, right, without losing the quality, that is very important. When you do compress, that is okay, but the quality of the video should not be missed, right? For that purpose, this Handbrake tool will be very helpful. And another important e-content tool is animation tool. So there are so many number of animation tools are there. Animaker is there, and we will see the demo for Photo Story. And you know very well Flash. It is especially for commercial purpose. Animaker and Photo Story is open software, but Flash is a commercial one. And here there is a Blender software which is providing the facility which is available in the Flash will be provided in the Blender software, but it is an open source. And Art of Illusion is also another animation tools. And the next one is e-content tool is authoring tool. I told what we have discussed until now is we can create a graphical information, we can create a video, we can create a audio, and even we can create a animation. Everything we can create. How to integrate all these things, right? The textual information, video information, audio information, all these things has to be integrated. How it can be done? By using an authoring tool. So as far as authoring tool is concerned, it is providing a collaborative, or we can say that it is combining all the tools together to provide a single environment to the user. So that is the important of authoring tool. So here there is a EXE learning tool is that, and it is a open software. And here by using this EXE software, you can create a web pages, and you can integrate the web page, and you can easily navigate between the web pages. For that purpose, this EXE learning software will be, authoring tool will be used. And Xert is another important software, right? It is also for authoring purpose, and it is open software, and especially this Xert is specialized for conducting quiz and feedbacks, right? Collecting feedbacks, that is more interaction are possible by using an Xert. And Adobe Captivate, you know, by the name itself we can understand it is an Adobe product, and whenever we are talking about Adobe product, it comes under commercial purpose. And by using Adobe Captivate, you can record the screening, and you can randomly in between you can conduct the quizzes, right? Because we wanted to make the student live, is it not? So instead of taking in the entire session, finally you are conducting quizzes. In between you can conduct quizzes, and we can make the student to interact with us. For that purpose, this Adobe Captivate will be very helpful. And GLO Maker is also a open software for right, collaborating all the tools together. And LAMS is the another important tool. So it is exclusively right, used for education purpose. So learning activity management system. LAMS stands for Learning Activity Management System, and it is an open source tool, and it is exclusively used for design, manage, and delivery purposes. So for example, right, for the entire education, people will be using this LAMS as an authoring tool. And the last one is a toolbook, right, a toolbook, and you can create number of pages like in book, no, in ordinary book, how you can create a pages. So like that, you can create a pages, and you can combine all the pages, and you can group all these pages, and you can make it as a ebook, right? So for that purpose, this tool will be used. And here the another important factor is screen recorder. So I am presenting how to record these things, right? So in that we can have a active presenter is that, and it is also a open right, software, and the quality of the active presenter is very, very high, right? And Cam Studio and Camtasia Studio will be there. And here the Cam Studio is a free software, but the Camtasia Studio will be the commercial purpose. But when you compare these two, right, here the Camtasia Studio will be very best. And Virtual Dub is there, it is a licensed one, and it is exclusively used under Unix operating system. And Avid Max is another open software tool exclusively used for screen recorder. And there is a Lightworks, right? This is another tool, and it is considered as a best tool, but it is a commercial tool, proprietary tool. And this Lightwork will be exclusively used for media production. The people who are in cine field, you know, so they will be using this Lightworks, right, tool for screen recorder. And iSpring is another important tool, and you can create your PPT, and along with the PPT, you can use this iSpring as an add-on. So that by using an add-on, right, you can conduct quizzes, and here we'll be preparing a PPT, no? In that, along with that PPT, you can use this iSpring as an add-on facility, and you can include quizzes along with the PPT, and you can demonstrate to the student. So here, this is the simple way of using an add-on right facility for PPT along with PPT. That is called as a iSpring. So these are used for screen recording purpose. And here, before going to wind up my session, so we have discussed about all these types of tools. What are all the tools available, and which are coming under freeware, and which are coming under open source. And before going to wind up, I wanted to take one or two demo so that you can use those facilities while preparing your e-content. Wait a minute. I think, can you able to see this screen?
Yes, ma'am.
We are able to see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. So this is one of the graphic editing tool, right, which is called as a draft pad, and while displaying these informations, different types of tools in that I have shown. So here we can create a new project, right? So here these are the facilities which is available in the draft pad, and you can see that there are several drawing tools are available, like pencil, brush, and marker and pen. All these tools are available, and you can have a square, rectangle, all these things are there. And let us assume that we wanted to create a curve, right? Because all the people are doing our research, since it is a we are a faculty member, and all of them are faculty member. So we are doing a research and we wanted to create a curve, and in that case we can go for this Venesic curve, right? We can create I will be showing a demo, right, regarding this curve, and you can see that you can plot our point, right? And here it is in an exponential. Curves can be, right, you can change the color, right? You can see and you can select any color, and here you can see that that color will be there, and you can create different right, pencil sizes, right? You can go for pen, and here you can specify the width and size of the element. All these things, right, colors are there. You can fill the color, fill an area, right, the background area. If you want to fill, then you can do this, and you can you can use a markers, right? And here all these facilities are there, right? So you can draw a graph and you can include in your video session. So this is one of the example I wanted to give. And another important thing is, right, we'll see that 1 minute I'll delete this so that so here you can have so many facilities which are available, and you can delete this 1 minute. So here another important thing I wanted to show you is we can add images, right? For example, I wanted to add an image which is already available with me. And here the important aspect about this draw pad is, so without compromising the quality, you can add the image. So you can see that. So I am adding this image. See the quality. If you even you can drag, right? You cannot you are not missing the quality of the picture, right? So that this draw pad can be very helpful for creating a banner, or you can create a logo. And for example, I wanted to include a text here, right? That is also possible. right? For example, I wanted to include safe, sorry, safe free, like that, and I can write to use wherever I wanted to place this, I can bring, right? Suppose I wanted to rotate, right, this. Download these things, right? While testing, I have downloaded, but it is right. These are the different plants, ropes, people. All these things are available. So you can here you can see that if you select any one of the thing, it will be loading, and you can download this, and you can incorporate inside the your screen. So these are the facilities available as far as this drawpad is concerned. So this is one of the software. So another software I wanted to show to you is Audacity, right? We know very well. While discussing this one under audio effect, we discussed this one. Is it not? So here this Audacity, I told you that whatever the audio information which is already available, we can bring here, and along with that we can do the editing also, right? Not only that, we wanted to append our own right voices along with this, that also we can do this. Wait a minute, 1 minute, I will download some audio informations. Yeah, I'll be taking this audio. Wait a minute, it is uploading into our Audacity. So the audio is available outside. It is my own audio, right? So I'll be bringing that audio into this Audacity, right, inside that Audacity. Now I wanted to select, before running this, I wanted to select. For that you have to use Control A. So I have selected the entire one. Now you can start playing this. See that? I think you are able to hear the audio. So here you will be having a right the stop button is there. So right, in this way you can run the audio, and I will be stopping this, and I will bring back again, and I will select this one. Now I wanted to edit certain portion. I wanted to edit. So when you take your cursor here, it will give you the position. I'll be, for example, right, I wanted to edit this part. So I wanted to specify the range. Again, this end also I am specifying. And here, this will be selected for editing. I am going to remove this one. So simply you cut this part, right? It will be right gone. So here you suppose execute. So from that, so it will switch over the next position. So this is the advantage of this Audacity. And I also told you that this Audacity is helpful for adding our own voice. Is it not? Now I'm going to add my voice, and I'm going to run. So for example, after this, right, I wanted to add my voice. So what I'm going to do is, I'll be putting my cursor in that position, right? And I'm going to start recording. So welcome all to the 2 days workshop on e-content development. And in this workshop, we can understand what are all the different tools are available, and how we can use these tools for e-content development. Right now, I'm going to stop the recording. Right, again, I will make it as this one. Right, I'll start this position. Now I will run. So it is a recorded information which I have spoken now, no, that will be no, it is not going there. 1 minute, 1 minute. One minute. Now it is playing. 1 minute. Wait a minute. So what we have recorded, that will come. Tools are available and how we can use these tools for e-content development. Right now, I am going to start the recording. So in this way, you can use this Audacity software for not only editing the existing audio information, and along with that, we can add our own voices along with this existing voice, and we can use this tool for exclusively for audio information. For example, if you are preparing a PPT, so in that PPT, some part, some other professor is demonstrating some concept. After demonstrating some concepts, some few points you wanted to give to the students in an elaborate manner, so you can add your own voice and you can use it. So this is a very good software which is exclusively used for audio purpose. And the third one is the animation. With that we can conclude. I think already 1 o'clock is there. So with this we will conclude. So see this animation tool. So this is called Photo Story, right? So I'm going to start what I'm going to do is I will take 3 PPT slides, and we wanted to integrate 3 PPT slides and by using an animation. So now I'm going to see here, I'm going to start this one. And another important factor about the feature about this this tool is animation tool is we can import pictures from outside. It is not necessary what is the pictures which is available with that this photo stories tool we have to use. We can incorporate pictures from outside. Wait a minute, I will upload some pictures. For example, I'm going to include these 3 slides, which is you have seen in my presentation. No, these 3 slides only I'm going to include. Right, 1 minute. The third one is not coming. Yeah, right, I have included these 3. Is it not? Now what I am going to do is if suppose I can select anyone and I can remove the black borders. If you want to show this slide in a closed manner, then that can also be done. So wait a minute, it is loading. So here what it will show is, so you have to change the setup. You have to modify. Here you can see that the screen you can wanted to closely, you wanted to make this slide, then that is also possible. You can see here. So just I am going to focus this part alone. See that. So before doing this, my slide is like this, and after that, after selecting a particular portion, it will be like that, right? So I'll be using this, right? And the second slide, if there is any you wanted to do any modification in this slide, then you can do that, right? So like that you can do select some particular portion, and you can remove all the black or focus a particular place. And here then what we are going to do is we'll go to next one. Right now we have removed, we have selected some images, and we have removed, we have identified where we wanted to focus. Then now we are going to click next. So here we can type some words within that image. No, we can give some information also we can type. That is also possible, and you can change the size all these are there. How to place this, where to place this text information. All these things are right available in this, right, by using this right add-on title to your each and every picture. Right now I have given a title, and if suppose you wanted to give any right image, right, for example black and white, negative, or all these effect we can include. Because I don't want to give any effect now, so I'll be selecting none. And next one is I'll be right selecting next one. I'm going to customize the motion. Right here how I can customize, right specify the start and the end position of the motion. That is I have to start from here and it has to go like this. So I'll be selecting this option, right, set end position also, right, and here right duration also. If you want, you can write how much of time this slide has to be run as a video, that also you can select. And here there is a facility, you can see the preview also. So I am not going to wait a minute, I'll show you the preview also, right, because see that we have selected only this part, and all the 3 pages will be converted, combined together. So all these 3 pages are combined as a individual PowerPoint slide I have, and now it is combined together. Is it not? Right. And apart from that, another important feature about this right software or tool is we can include, right, wait a minute, we can say, and I can close this, right? So we have customized everything now, right? Next step, what we are going to do, please listen carefully here. We have taken 3 PPT slide and we have shown whatever the facility which we wanted. We have focused certain areas. Along with that, we have added our textual information. Not only that, we can add our audio also. Please listen 1 minute. Right, I'm going to start the recording. And this banner or brochure is going to give you who are all the speakers for this 2 days workshop. Right, I have finished. Right, the next one is, right, even I can include background music, that is also possible. Right, a mild background music also I can include. Right, wait a minute. Along with this video presentation, my voice is there, and you can select add some background music also. I'm going to incorporate that also along with that. Wait a minute, I will reduce the sound so that background, or you can have, instead of doing that, you can use this, so that the background music should be right less, right. We can keep it here, so that so now I'm going to combine all together, right? And you can store, right, in a particular position, right? I can browse and I can store it as right, any name in my local drive. So I can save it, and here I can, next step, I can view, right? I have stored everything, right? 1 minute, we'll store. This is called collaboration. We are combining everything. Now you can see, right, how we have created this video animation. So I think these are the tools. I didn't give much demo because of less time. I couldn't able to give you detailed information, but these are the basic tools which we can use it, and for our presentation. Right, I have concluded my topic, and now we can right, go for any queries or that, and we can discuss.